welcome to your March general reading, tarot reading. For those of you who are new to my channel, what is going on with these cards? Yeah, for those of you who are new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for your likes, comments, subscriptions. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon and Rising for March 2019. If for some of you the messages don't resonate, definitely look at your rising signs and so on to see if the messages there might be for you instead. Remember that this is a general reading and there's a lot of you who are going to be watching this video. I do offer private readings, which I'll have my information linked in the description, so if that's something you're after, definitely do reach out. Again, definitely reach out if these messages resonate with you. Leave a comment, subscribe. If you feel more comfortable, email me. I'd love to hear the feedback. Excuse me. Just dying inside. That's everything. Alright, we'll get stuck into your reading. See what we have coming out for you guys. Okay, let me just have a little look here and see what we've got coming forward. Okay, some of you going into March, you're going to be getting some good news. I feel for some of you this is something that you've been waiting to hear feedback from, or hear about, or for some of you it's almost like you knew that this information was coming in but you weren't sure of when, and you're going to be learning about this going into March, at the start of March. For some of you, March is going to be a really positive month for you. It seems like you've been putting in a lot of energy into certain areas of your life, and coming into March, and for the whole of March, it's just like whatever it is that you focus on seems to be moving in a positive direction. For some of you working on your manifestations, I can definitely see that March is going to bring some of that back to you. So don't give up on those. Some of you are sort of questioning, the process, and don't let yourself block off what it is that you've got coming in for March. Be open to it. Keep up those manifestations. Keep focused on what it is that your intentions are. Some of you some of you are going to be going on a bit of a shopping spree in March, and for some this is a result of a bit of a payout that may even have happened or is going to happen, sorry, towards the end of February. For some of you, you knew this was coming in. For those of you, this is going to be a complete surprise. They're definitely saying here, though, just, you know, if you're well within your means to go nuts and splurge, but if you've got a bit to sort of keep track of financially, they're definitely saying don't go overboard. Don't spend yourself short. Leave money for those things that you need money for. Okay, what is the energy of Virgo for March? Just gonna see. Okay, for some of you it feels like you've got a lot on your plate for March. Whether it's negative aspects, whether it's positive aspects, either way, whether either end of the spectrum, sorry, I can't talk. For some of you, you feel a bit overwhelmed coming into the energy of March. I do see that this feeling is going to shift around mid-March. For a lot of you, March is a very positive month. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Try not to get bogged down by questionable energy or self-doubt. Remain optimistic for March. Remain, you know, things are going to pop up. That's always the case. There's always going to be negative energy in certain aspects. That's just the yin and yang of it. But if you do feel that you are confronted with certain things that do appear to be like blockages, don't let that aspect take control over the whole energy of the month of March, because overall March is looking pretty good for you guys. Some of you might be faced with somebody that is a bit of a stickler when it comes to paying their way, paying their share. Some of you feel like you might be carrying someone financially, and this is beginning to become a bit of an issue, a bit of an obstacle. They're saying like the only way you're going to be able to get around this is by having the conversation and placing those boundaries for yourself, saying that, you know, I'm not going to let this person take advantage of me anymore. I'm not anybody's ATM. You know, I'm not the bank that, you know, they can just turn to when they get themselves into strife. I feel like for some of you, this person that is sort of like constantly putting their hand out, it's like, oh, I need it for this, I need it for that, and they try and manipulate you with, you know, I need it for my kids, or I need it for medicine, or I need it for this. And your intuition is telling you that money ain't going to those kids, like, you know, and you've almost become a bit of an enabler for this person, which is why they keep resurfacing with their hand out. It's sort of like give an inch, take a mile, and this person's definitely doing that for you, to you. So you need to cut that. You know you need to cut it, and you know the conversation's going to be difficult, but you know you need to do it. Some of you have somebody new coming in for March, and this is on a creative level. This is a creative person. I see a potential collaboration between you both. I want to say musically, but this could also be something that you do like visually as well for some of you. But there's definitely a new energy coming in here to work with you creatively on some form of collaboration. And this person's going to be quite feisty. They're going to have a lot of confidence and self-assurance. And I feel that this dynamic of working together, you will occasionally butt heads. That's the nature of creativity and, you know, one's passion against another's. But I feel that this person's going to be a good balance for you. While you're going to be quite different in energy, it's going to balance out and the collaboration is going to be quite successful. Let me just have a quick look into... Okay. Yeah, so don't be too stubborn on that. You know, this person's going to come in all guns blazing. You're going to be overwhelmed. You're already going to have a lot on your plate. They're going to come to you with an offer. You know, I think we should do this together. I think we would make a good team. You're going to be a bit steadfast. You're going to be a bit stubborn in the openness of accepting this person coming in. You're sort of the type of person that doesn't trust somebody straight away. It takes you a little bit of time to build up that relationship. But due to the fact that you are overwhelmed, you know this person can help ease some of those pressures, and you've seen the work that this person does, and you do see the value in that, and it sort of like sparks, it sparks something in you, like it sparks that surge in creativity to create and collaborate and work together. So while you're sort of a bit stubborn towards the idea initially, you do open up to it and welcome it in. And that's a good thing. I see that working out. Some of you are going to be... I see like redecorating. For some of you, you want to move, but you're just not in a position where that's going to happen at the moment. And they're saying like, you can just redecorate. You can just freshen up the place. You know, put the cushions in the cupboard and bring out the new stuff. They're sort of like, if that's something that you want to do, they're saying like work at it and it can happen, but it's not going to happen right now. So you can do small things that will appease you in the meantime. It's not going to be the same. You're not going to be too happy about it. You're going to want to move. But this will sort of numb the desire just a little bit. For some of you, you're going to something's going to be revealed to you in March. For some of you, you're going to... For some of you, there's a situation involving somebody that you're not trusting. You're not trusting this person. You're not trusting this situation. I feel like this is a friendship situation where there's 3 in the group. There's 3 in the group and you don't trust the other person. So there's you, someone else, and someone else. You don't trust that someone else. There's something about them. I do feel like this might come to a head, but you don't want to come across as a crazy person either. Let it sort of run its course, and your friend is going to see this person for who they really are. Because you don't want to jump in. They're saying like you don't want to jump in and say this is what's going on, this person's like this, they're doing this before the other has learnt it for themselves, because this particular person that you're dealing with, they're not going to take your side. There's somebody that needs to experience it for themselves, and that will happen. So you just stay aware. You be there to sort of guide them as they need, because you're already well aware that this person can't be trusted. There's definitely a call for some of you to trust your intuition going into March and for March. Some of you are... Okay, some of you have begun the process of using meditation within your daily routine, it's like for some of you, you've meditated once. It was like a lengthy meditation, you know, maybe an hour, maybe half an hour, probably more than half an hour. And it's like the first meditation you do, you experience something. And it's like completely changed your view of something. I don't know what that is. What is that? And it's like you just from that one experience, it's like you've just got so thirsty for it now. You just want to learn everything. So for some of you, March is going to be a big month for learning. Yeah, a big month for learning. Just remember, they're just saying in relation to this, if you're working with intuition or so like if you're working with spirit, some of you need to set boundaries. Some of you have got some stuff going on at home in relation to energies in the home. They're definitely saying to set some boundaries. The way I set boundaries is I do a meditation, a protection meditation. You can literally just type into YouTube protection meditation and there'll be that many of them. They're saying like keep this up. If you feel like you've got an energy in your home and it's making you feel uncomfortable, even if the uncomfortable feeling just simply comes from you're not understanding the situation or understand what's happening, definitely start doing those protection meditations and smudge. Get some sage and smudge around the home. So if you're at home and this resonates with you and you're starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable and you're not sure why, it's like you've been fine in this house for ages and then overnight you start to feel a bit like uneasy. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad energy, but if it's making you feel uncomfortable simply even because you don't understand it, start doing those protection meditations, 5-10 minutes. That's all it takes. You can do them, start by doing them once a day. You can start by doing them twice a week. You can do them once a week, whatever makes you feel comfortable and protected. And definitely do a smudge. Some of you are currently running your own businesses and you really want somebody that's on your team that's reliable. Some of you might even be looking into getting an assistant, like a 2IC, like a manager, somebody to help out with whatever this is, whatever this scenario is. It's like you need this person. You need somebody that's hardworking. You need somebody that's going to be reliable and help you out when you need it. Okay, oops. Let me just see what this is. Okay. Okay, for some of you that want this person to get on board, you want to hire someone, you're looking to hire somebody, what I'm seeing here is just be mindful. You're the sort of person, whoever this is in this scenario, you're the sort of person that will sort of go with the underdog. You'll sort of take somebody in underneath your wing, and often it's due to you sympathize with this person, this type of person. It's sort of like you've got two candidates to choose from. You've got somebody that fits everything that you know that you need and you want. Um, hardworking, reliable, you know, sane. They're not going to give you any grief. You can just see that in this person. And then you've got this other option, and it's like, yeah, they might be okay. Like, they probably just need somebody to give them a chance. They're going to need a little bit more training. They're not quite where you want them to be. Be mindful of that, because you're the sort of person that will go, oh, the poor bugger, I'll give them a shot. In this situation, though, I don't think that that's the best thing for you to do. They're definitely showing me that you should go with the practical person for the position. Okay? Doesn't make you a bad person for sending the other one on their way. It's just, you know, they all get their help. They'll just get it from somebody else. It's not your time to help that person. You need this help from the person that's come to you with all the assets that you need for the position. Definitely go with that person. Okay. Some of you are feeling a bit threatened. Okay, for some of you, it's like some of you need to be checked in March. It's like somebody comes to you, like a friend situation, a friend from your past, and you're meeting up. This person comes to you and they're not the same person that they used to be. Their ideals, their beliefs, what they've been doing for the last 10 years is very opposite to everything that they were about when you originally knew them and had contact with them every day. But some of you are going to, it's almost like this change is too confronting for you, and I get that underlying there's like an envious mentality here. This person's so who you wanted to be at this moment, and you're definitely not that. So it's almost like you're resentful for the fact that they've got to where they are, and they're definitely saying like, it just because somebody in your realm is further along than what you thought you would be, there's plenty to go around. Like, you can get there as well. The only thing that's holding you back in that scenario is yourself, and it has nothing to do with this person and the progress that they've made in their life. And they're definitely saying like, you should confide in this person. You should be taking this as an opportunity. If that's where you want to be and this person's already there, who better to ask for advice? Who better to pick their brain about how they got there? Don't see it as a negative reflection of yourself because you're not quite there yet, because there's no reason why you can't be. See it as an opportunity to engage with this person and understand better how they went through the process of getting where they are, whatever the situation is. Some of you are feeling really confident in March, really headstrong. You're feeling like you've really got your shit together. It's like this confidence has brought with it new creative energy. It's like you're so confident. You're For some of you, it's you've been putting in the work to sort of get to this place. You've gone through a bit of a shit show at the start of the year, but you've really put in the work and effort to start feeling good again. And it's like in March, it's like the switch goes off and you actually start feeling that way. And this sort of just opens up more doors for you. This positive energy, just work with it, because it's definitely bringing in positive creativity for you right now. If you're a creative person, then this is going to be a great energy for you in March to sort of focus and get done what it is that you need to get done. What have we got here? Yeah, and this confidence, this self-love, it's really going to be your strength. It's really going to be your strength for March. You're going to feel this energy all throughout. People are going to sort of look to you in a way for... They just want a piece of that energy. Like, they just want to be with you in that vibe, because you're just sort of vivacious, bubbly, energetic, happy. And that's infectious. People are just drawn to you in March because of that. And you're feeling really good about it too. It's sort of like... it's sort of like addictive. The more you feel good, the more others are sort of coming to you, because they can feel that energy as well. So that's just building you up and building you up and building you up, and you're on a bit of a positive momentum here. For some of you, I definitely see a Gemini coming in March. And some of you are going to have to look out for gossip, for it's almost like somebody hears something that they're not supposed to, and it gets taken out of context, and then you're sort of thrown into the spotlight because of whatever this piece of gossip is. And it sort of knocks you down a peg or two towards making a decision. I think it's to do with this Gemini energy. So if there's a Gemini around you, just be mindful of what it is, the conversations that you're having in front of this person, because they're not going to realize that what they're doing is going to have such a negative impact on you. They don't realize that by sharing this piece of information that is out of context, the ramifications that it's going to have. So just be mindful of that. For some of you, there's going to be, some of you that haven't had a lot to do with your father, they're going to be making an attempt to come back in. Someone here who is adopted, and they've been going through the process of trying to locate their father in this situation. I'm seeing that this energy comes in for you, but it's not through your own research. Don't give up on that. Keep going, because, you know, this is general, so it could be from multiple people with different situations going on, but it's like you're trying to locate this person and they end up finding you. Let me just see. Okay. And I do see the relationship being a positive one. I also see that whatever the situation is with this father energy coming in, for whomever this may be, multiple different scenarios. I'm getting there's two different sort of situations here. I do think it's going to be a rekindling, and I do think I do see that there's some sort of information that isn't the whole story. You think you've got the story on this situation, but this male energy is going to come forward, this father figure, and clear everything up for you. And it's not so much going to be how you thought it was. Whatever the situation is, it's going to be different. It's going to be different to what you thought the situation was. The situation's not going to be what you're thinking. Okay. Okay, we've got marriage coming in. Somebody's going to be getting proposed to in March. There's something around like a anniversary or a birthday or something in March. This is when this is going to happen. What is that? And it's almost like, okay, so there's going to be a proposal in March. The date's going to be a significant one in terms to yourself or someone in your family or your relationship. But you might feel a little bit overwhelmed by this. It's almost like the proposal sort of comes out of nowhere. I'm not sure, like, obviously which way you're going to go here, but it's like you'll make the right decision, that's no doubt, but it comes out of left field. It's like, I don't know how long you've been together. I don't know if it's a long time or a short time. Let me just see. Okay. Okay, you guys have been together for a little while. It's like you yourself haven't thought about marriage. It's like something that's not important to you, and you didn't realize that it's important to this person. You thought you were both sort of on the same page with this. So when this person proposes, it's like, what? Where did that come from? We thought this about that. So there's going to be a little bit of, it's like you're sort of shocked, not so much by the proposal, but by the fact that this person even is proposing. But it's going to work out. Okay. What's coming up for you guys? Basically, let me just see here what's the overall for Virgo in March. Okay, basically for March, the energy is good, the energy is high. Try and stay positive through that. Know that you should really be trusting your intuition in March. For some of you, I definitely do see financial success leading in towards the end of March. Some of you are going to be skydiving or planning to skydive. I don't know what that is. But just know that overall the energy for March is positive. It's a very positive month for you guys. Keeping the knowledge of that, keeping the energy of that, and for a lot of you, it's going to be a really good, really prosperous and healthy month for you guys. I'll leave it there for you. I hope that these messages resonated. Do let me know. If they did, you can comment. You can reach out to my email. Everything will be linked below in the description. I thank you for watching this video, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks, guys.